Welcome to the Explainer. Look, I need you to stop whatever you're doing right now because honestly, you might be throwing hours of your week down the drain if you're using the wrong AI for your 2026 workflow. The whole landscape has shifted so much over the last year, and if you aren't dialed into the right tool, you're literally just falling behind.
So that begs the big question. Are you using the wrong AI? Well, let's dive into this. Today, we're putting everything on the line to figure that out. We're pitting the two heavyweights, Claude and Gemini, head-to-head in a massive showdown to see who actually takes the championship title this year based on real, everyday utility. Here's exactly how we're breaking down today's showdown. First, coding and workflow optimization, then Google ecosystem integration, creativity and content generation, research and complex reasoning, and finally, the final verdict.
All right, kicking things off with round one, coding and workflow optimization. Okay, so to make this completely fair, we threw the exact same broken Python data scraper at both of them. We actually planted this tricky nested loop error that usually trips up a lot of intermediate developers just to see what they do. And wow, Claude genuinely impressed us right out of the gate. It didn't just give us the fixed syntax and walk away. Nope, it used this incredible structured reasoning to look at the overall goal of the script, and then it actually optimized the background workflow to run faster and use way less memory. And the best part? It explained every single change step by step in plain English. I mean, if you're a developer or just learning how to code, having an AI that walks you through its logic like a senior engineer is an absolute game changer.
Moving right along to Section 2, Google Ecosystem Integration.
Now this is where Gemini completely flips the script. When it steps away from pure code and taps into its native environment, it becomes a ridiculously powerful built-in assistant. Just picture this. You get this massive, messy thread of unorganized client data dumped in your Gmail. With Gemini, you just ask it to extract the data, instantly structure it into rows and columns in Google Sheets, and then draft an executive summary over in Google Docs, all without ever leaving your browser tab. Seriously, if your day revolves around Google Workspace, Gemini's ability to just weave these apps together is a total paradigm shift. And the speed? It is absolutely blistering. We had Gemini summarize hundreds of incredibly complex legal docs and financial disclosures buried deep inside a Google Drive folder. It absolutely tore through that massive data set in a fraction of the time you'd expect, spotting key clauses and financial discrepancies almost instantly. When you're talking sheer productivity and cross-referencing huge amounts of info, Gemini is just fundamentally built for velocity. Next up, round 3, creativity and content generation.
So for this one, we wanted to see how they handle content writing and idea generation. We asked for a full multi-channel marketing campaign for a new SaaS product. And honestly, the divide between the two became so clear here. Claude came back with this beautifully structured, highly detailed campaign, backed by really meticulous reasoning on exactly why we should target certain demographics on specific platforms. Gemini, on the other hand, was way faster and just fired off these super practical, punchy bullet points for ad copy and email subject lines. So it's really not about which AI is smarter, right? It's about what you need right now. Do you need Claude's deep, structural strategy? Or do you just need Gemini's rapid-fire brainstorming to get things moving?
Let's turn up the heat for round 4, research and complex reasoning. We gave the model some serious multi-layered logic puzzles and deep research tasks, stuff that requires real heavy logical lifting and fact-checking. Once again, totally different styles. Claude consistently delivered deeper explanations, really breaking down those multi-step problems systematically to reach a super accurate conclusion. Gemini, it kept its laser focus on speed. It basically skipped the exhaustive breakdown and just handed over a highly concise, bottom-line answer. And look, both approaches are completely valid. Sometimes you absolutely need Claude's rigorous logic so no stone is left unturned. But other times, you're on a tight deadline and just need Gemini to give you the answer fast. Which brings us to Section 5, the final verdict. We've crunched the data, the speeds, the reasoning, the workflows, and here it is, your ultimate cheat sheet for 2026. If you're a developer, a writer, or a researcher, someone who desperately needs high-quality, highly detailed, deeply reasoned output, Claude is 100% your choice. The depth is just unmatched. But if you're a business pro, a student, or really anyone already living inside Google's ecosystem who needs rapid, real-world automation, Gemini takes the crown for sure. Its speed and seamless app integration make it a total operational powerhouse. And that brings us to the absolute core takeaway of this entire explainer. Look, there is no single magical AI that's perfect for everyone. The best AI is simply the one that fits your workflow. That's why it is absolutely crucial to figure out your own daily bottlenecks and your specific working style before you commit to paying for and learning one of these tools.
So, over to you. Take a look at your daily tasks. Which AI are you using in 2026 to get the job done? Claude or Gemini? Drop your answer down in the comments. I really want to read through them and see how you're all applying this stuff. Oh, and make sure you're subscribed because in our upcoming explainers, we're expanding this showdown to compare ChatGPT, Grok, and literally every major AI tool on the market. Catch you next time.